On that note, we're going to pause the record and way to kick off the pod.
Yes, sir.
For those that don't recognize the voice, introduce yourself.
How y'all doing? I'm Brandon Armstrong. Nah, man, what's up, man? It's your boy B. Brandon Armstrong, B.8.5. DJ No Daddy, man, whatever you want to call me.
You consider yourself an influencer? Can I say influencer B.
Yeah, I think I'm an influencer. I think I influence people positively in the...
Possibly, you had to clear that up.
Yeah,
Niggas would have took that the wrong way easily.
Can you just, you got to point them to the M next to your followers.
Yeah.
There's an M.
It's an M, man.
It's an M.
I appreciate it, It's humbling, it's pretty dope. But I mean, as of now, I really don't care about the followers anymore. It's more of the...
He's part of the
longevity.
The 1%ers that with the new update on Instagram that it'll say such and such and millions other that like it, right? as opposed to thousands or others.
Right.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
Wait. Can we introduce the
show?
episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Excusez-moi.
Sometimes you just got to jump in.
Welcome back to the MikiDz Podcast, episode 22. We got special guests in the house.
Yes.
B.A.5. And of course, DJ No Daddy.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man. It's my first podcast, man.
Hey.
No way.
Yeah, man. It's dope, bro.
Crazy, man.
Hey, man. Welcome.
But a lot of press.
You being here.
A lot of press.
Yeah.
For those that haven't maybe seen you on ESPN or the Gram, we've come along. We've met here. I slid in his DM.
Yeah.
You certainly did, pause.
In the early days. And I'm like, yo, I got a basketball court. Pull up. And surely enough, he did. And he was beyond a nice person. And I appreciated him. And since then, we've become pretty close friends.
My first pair of Jordans ever.
Right.
It was the Antioch things.
Yeah.
The Antioch. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about?
Anthracite 9s.
No, I was like, what?
That's what it was? They was big and gray.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
9s.
anytime you're going to get a shoe, it's going to be big.
Yeah. That's my first pair of Jordans. First time ever in the shoe store with a basketball goal. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got to go to this one.
Yeah.
I got to go to this. I ain't know what it was.
First time was a good impression, huh?
Yeah, man. That's when I bought Taylor. You met Taylor?
Yeah, I met Taylor there that night. Shout out to Taylor. And we had our grand opening. And out of nowhere, of course, one-on-one started happening.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Well, you were playing for the keys to the store, right?
The keys to the store was the whole gimmick at the time.
Man.
But, man, thanks for coming by. You happened to be in town, and we figured with the pod kind of starting to take off really the way it is and the thousands upon thousands and hundreds of thousands of listeners we have, that'd be a good time for you to jump on and just talk.
I appreciate it, man. Beard looking very healthy, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I'm loving the beard. I just can't stop looking at it, bro. It's nice.
It's working for me,
drinking
man.
water, working out, you know what I'm saying? Your skin look healthy.
New Mickey.
You gotta
I didn't wait for the new year for a new me.
Nah, you went into it at the end of the year.
Y'all got sound effects?
Yeah, they're there and there. We just can't really hear it. But, Dainja will give you one.
Oh, yeah, he got it.
There you
When
go.
you
Listen
listen back, you'll hear it.
So how was the weekends? Did you spend this past weekend, or what'd you get into?
Yeah, I was in Scottsdale this past weekend. I had my godson pull up JoJo.
Dope.
So he was able to pull up to the Dot Castle.
How old is he?
8.
Explain the
okay, so
Dot
he didn't come
Castle.
to the club.
Okay, the Dot Castle, well, I was bored of living in Los Angeles, so I moved to Malibu. And I didn't get bored living out there, but I missed my friends, and everybody was far away, so I was like, F it. On my birthday, I just bought a house in Arizona, and I was a big fan of Game of Thrones, so it happened to look like a castle. So I copped a crib out in Westeros, and I call it a Dot Castle, but it's actually a location, but if you press on a location, it's like somewhere in Germany or something, but...
Dot Castle is a place?
It's a Dot Castle, actually, but yeah, it was not like a created...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of it. Got the Dottie Castle, Castle Dot, all that. So, my godson came out there. He's seen a basketball court. My dog, I got like a basketball area in my house. The movie room, where he spent majority of his time playing Fortnite.
Oh, nice.
So, but overall, it was cool, man. It's easy to babysit kids. Just throw them in the movie room. Fortnite.
Sprinkle some Cheetos.
What other activities did you have them do?
Did you spin?
Yes. Well, at home I did. Not
At
that
the
we
crib.
couldn't really go nowhere.
Got you.
I mean, I probably could bring him to the club, but
You're
But
practicing.
you were babysitting, so he was like, I can't leave him at home.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead.
So
and
your
say-
godson was like, "Yeah, you're doing really good, Uncle. You're doing really good. Yeah, sounds
he would
great."
have been straight by himself.
Sounds
But
great.
he probably wouldn't even know I was going. But I didn't spend though. But I did practice. I got some good practice in.
Yeah.
Dope.
I don't
Did you
know.
cook for him or do you like, because you like to cook.
Postmates.
For those that don't know, Doc is down in the kitchen, but did you cook for him or was it a lot of Postmates?
Nah, yeah, he a Postmates guy. He wanted stuff like burritos.
8 years
and
old.
He wanted Pizza Hut with like certain orders.
That's his
and
time.
stuff.
That's his time to pick out. I'm sure his parents got him on a nice little strict little diet. I'm
hanging
sure he
out with
plays
Uncle
sports,
Doc.
so
Yep.
he's kind of like, nah, man, listen, this is my time to
Yeah,
shine
he
and
ain't
just
trying to
act
eat
out.
none.
Yeah.
Facts. He ain't trying to eat none what I'm cooking.
Yeah.
That's too.
Too healthy.
Yeah.
It's too right.
Any basketball lessons?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was on him. And it's tough, man. It's tough to like talk to kids that's not your kid, in certain ways and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, he's in a house full of, majority women. So he doesn't really have any, he don't really get that tough love, that male tough love. He gets it here and there from his uncle, but he works a lot. So he was out there with me. He wanted to go out and train and do the basketball stuff. And man, it's tough. That's why I'm still hooping. I can't be a coach. I don't have the patience. But with him, I got used to it. I keep reminding myself he's only 8.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. It was some basketball. And it's crazy because we did it at night. He wanted to go out and hoop at night.
Right.
So yeah, we got his 1-2 left hand layup right, his hop step,
Right.
Kobe pivot spin. He gonna be straight this
He'll
year.
be straight.
Okay.
For real.
Okay.
Okay.
Any curfews?
Nah, man, he grown, man. He good.
He good.
He grown. He
Take
was
care
up
of himself.
till 05 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Nah, man, I ain't had no curfew when I was younger.
Mickey,
Your
your weekend, how was it?
Oh yeah. You know what? Actually, I did get to go to this dope event. Yesterday. I went to Scratch Bastard's barbecue.
Yeah.
And that was at the Resident in downtown.
Yep.
Honestly, it was a real last minute decision where I was like, man, this event's all day. It's from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. I don't know how anyone's standing that long,
Yeah.
but it was packed. And I'm not gonna lie, didn't have a ticket, wasn't on anybody's guest list, and just kind of had to finesse the situation. Shout out to Russell Peters. I did hit him up before his set, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna carry your records in. Obviously, no records are being carried, but whatever I got to do.
Come and carry your laptop back.
Slide through, you know what I mean? And I showed up a little late still.
Wow.
I caught the beginning of his set. I know, terrible. And I'm at the front.
MikiWAR.
Okay. And don't even know what drop he dropped. You'll find out later. But I was at the front door and I just go, I'm like, yeah, I'm here with Russell Peters. Try that line first.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, okay, do you have a ticket? And I was like, no. He's like, are you on the guest list? I'm like, no, I hit him up kind of late. I'm not sure if I made it onto the list. And then I just started reading the list. I'm like, let me pick out a name.
You
real
ain't
quick.
shit.
Wait, he showed you the list?
No,
The list is just laying there.
Yeah,
Was it on the
it's just
iPad?
right there? Yeah.
No, it was written down.
Oh.
And like
It's upside down.
there was a
You
couple
just
last.
flips it.
Oh, yeah, that's me, Brian Wong. That's me.
I could flip some things. That's an inside joke. But I was also texting before
DJ Quickie, for those
before
that don't know.
I try to finesse that move. I did text Asher, DJ Styles Davis,
Yep.
because he was there. And I was like, yo, like, is there like a DJ City list or like a press list or whatever that, you can maybe get me in? He goes, honestly, he's like, I read it off the list and I just gave the guy a name.
Damn.
Wow.
That's
I was
fun.
like, oh, we all think alike.
DJ
So,
City talent right there.
yeah. And I think the guy felt kind of bad about like the awkward amount of time that I was spending trying to figure out like a fake
Yeah.
situation. The guy goes, you know what? There was a lot of plus ones that didn't show up. Go ahead.
Oh,
Wow, look at
Yeah,
that.
did you get his name?
yeah.
No, I thought about it.
Yeah.
He looked like a nice gentleman. He was
Yeah.
a nice gentleman.
It was good.
So
That's dope.
they let me in, and I had a funny interaction because, so it's such a weird, like, it's set up to be a party, but honestly, like, because these are all turntablists, a lot of turntablists.
It's a
Not
showcase.
everybody's a turntable.
Yeah.
But it had the vibe of a showcase, and there was a stage. So, like, everybody's looking at the DJ do his thing, and they're expecting them to do
Yeah.
whatever technical things. And shout out to Russell Peters, man. He held it down. He's gotten, and I say this with the utmost amount of compliment. He's gotten so much better than the last time I was hanging out with him. Like where he's just sharpened up his cuts and like I think he's just spending more time on the turntables, which is really the key there. Yeah. And
that's because Revolution is his boy,
right? And so I mean, everybody's his boy.
Revolution ain't hanging out with pedestrians.
yeah,
exactly.
So Russell held it down, man. He dropped some dope gems. Had a great vibe going, you know, as the vibe coordinator at the moment, and did his thing really, really well. After him was Scratch Bastard, who I for the first time met, and we had a funny interaction because I'm on stage after I like push some people around. And shout out to the pod, shout out to the show, MikiDz show. A lot of people recognize me in that crowd.
Oh, here we go.
That was dope. You know, people are just like, yo, when's the show coming back? All that stuff. But when I did finally make my way on stage, I just looked at Styles. I'm like, can I get on stage? Because I'm like, I'm too bougie for the
for the pedestrians.
Little DJs.
Jesus.
No. But I did get on stage. And I was just chilling. And then Scratch Bastard comes up to me and he's got this big smile. And I think that's just the smile he has.
Right.
It wasn't because he was happy to see me, because he didn't know who the fuck I was. Because he looks at me and he goes, and he's just like, who are you? And I go, I'm MikiWAR from the MikiDz show from DJ City. He goes, oh, cool, man. Enjoy yourself. I was just like,
dope.
All right. Well, that was awkward. And I'm like, looking at Styles, like, did you even reach out to him?
Exactly.
No disrespect, but who you know, I'm not.
No, yeah. So Scratch Bastard is like, man, I mean, there's so many different ways to describe this guy.
Battle
But he's like,
DJ, successful battle DJ.
From
let me
Canada,
put it
right?
in like
Canada.
Yeah, he's
Toronto,
from Canada.
if I'm not
I
mistaken.
want to say Toronto.
he's like Larry Bird
Okay.
of like the legends.
Yeah.
Let's put it in basketball terms. We'll go basketball terms for the show. I think he's Larry Bird.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
Like, you know what I mean?
Either him or Z-Trip is Larry Bird, but yeah, I could say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's legend, amazing turntablist, and he has this event that he does at different. Where is he originally from? Toronto?
I think Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere in Canada.
for sure. We know that much. And
Fucking American.
Shout out to Canada, by the way. Shout
He
out
spent 3 weeks in Asia. Fucking Americans.
hey, shout out to Marvel. Marvel hit me.
Americans.
Marvel hit me today. He was like, yo, the podcast is great. I'm thinking like, oh, you just finally listen to it. But shout out to Canada. You know, we're talking about
He's
it.
Vancouver.
He's Vancouver. Yeah, West Coast. He's West Coast. He's a little hood Canada.
It's cold,
right? No?
yeah.
Is that not how it works? Anyway. So, Scratch Bastard,
Visa.
he throws this event. It's usually like a barbecue. So they had food. I saw like a food truck, and they got the beer garden, and he sells his barbecue sauce and some aprons. It's a whole vibe.
It's dope.
Yeah.
It's a cool party, and it's really some great music. I would say mostly like 90s and like weird sounds and a lot of turntablism. So a lot of scratching, juggling, different little tricks. So
Who else was on that lineup outside of Russell Peters? Do you know?
Off the top of my head, Steve Wonder, Gaslamp Killer, Manuel, Russell Peters, Scratch Bastard. I saw Repmatic.
Okay.
Babu, I believe, was also on the lineup. I saw Melody there, but I don't know if he spun.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
he had
a lot of.
I mean,
dope-
shit, it was a 12-hour gig, so I mean, day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it was like a 45. Everybody got like a 45-minute set or so. So,
Damn.
45 minutes set. There's a lot of
but-
DJs. He had every DJ in LA.
yeah, and those are the events that we kind of grew up on going to,
Yeah.
and that whole scene, and it was just kind of dope to see it kind of evolve.
Yeah.
The room is getting older. I'll say that.
Oh, yeah.
You
A
know,
lot of gray hairs in there, huh?
I mean, you know what I mean? Shout out to Big Joe. Saw Big Joe.
Oh,
Big
no,
Joe.
yeah.
Gotta give him
I've
props.
been in contact with Big Joe, man. He's cool people. So we chop
just-
it up here and there all the time.
Yeah, he just graduated from the Bee Junkies school.
Okay.
Like, so he mastered that and all that. So props to him, man. Had to show him love. He's listening to the podcast every episode.
Dope.
So much love to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, that was really my big highlight of the weekend. I did get a chance to go check out Poppy on a Friday night.
How was that?
That was different, like in a good way.
On
like,
Friday.
On a Friday. So it's, it's prime time.
Different. Let me ask you this. Different from, let's say, because we always bring up this spot, Playhouse.
Right.
I'm gonna have my wedding day.
I might have my wedding.
I'm loyal, man. I'm loyal.
Yeah. And we always talk about them, and a lot. The word's spreading. People from Playhouse are. Shout out to Larry, Peso, but that listen to the pod. But there's some more people getting put onto the pod from Playhouse, and they're talking to us about it. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, let's talk about a MikiDz podcast takeover.
Right? Let's do it. We could throw a night. Yeah. That's easy, probably. I hope. We'll throw the beat out in there. All right.
Anyway.
But so yeah, I got a chance to go to Poppy. So in comparison, it's just, it's a smaller room.
Yeah.
The crowd is a little more selected in a certain way.
It's $100 to get in if you don't got a table.
Yeah, it's up there. So
and I've seen kids, and I mean kids, like young 21 and over kids. Come on, man, just give 100. We got to get in this club. Come on, man. You got 100 on you?
Yeah.
You serious, man?
It's not.
Rell, give me. Rell, Boykins. Right here, right? Just me.
Yeah. So I mean, shout out to the guys. It's Made, I believe, right? That runs that night.
The main promotional group.
Yeah. So they're killing it, man. I mean, it's a staple Friday night.
Yeah, it is.
You want to be with one of the hottest crowds in the city.
Instagram models.
Who's spinning that night?
I can't recall, but I will say that the room, just to name a few people, and I'm not gonna flex like I got myself in or whatever. I was with one of my friends who plays professionally. I will not name where.
Yeah,
because it was a bye week.
This is such a long flex.
No, it's a real light, quiet flex. But thanks to him, just chilling, catching a vibe. Next to us was PJ Tucker. Across from us was Russell Westbrook. Young Thug to the left. Meek Mill in the booth. It was Fabulous's birthday. And
I'm glad I didn't go.
Damn.
That sounds like a
that
night,
shit sounds like a night.
I would have had to pull up with LeBron.
Yeah.
Hey,
there ain't nowhere to stand. People that don't know, there ain't nowhere to stand in that club except the DJ booth. And then when the DJ booth gets crowded, you're hanging off the edge of the DJ booth like you're on the fucking edge of a fire truck, just like,
Hanging off for dear life.
Dear life, right.
There's nowhere to stand because it's all tables.
And I've seen people who they've been there a lot. They've spent a lot of money and they didn't have a table that night, and they didn't let them on stage. They didn't let them kind of hang around. Like it was packed to the brim. So it was a dope night to observe and just kind of hang out. And there were some DJ technical difficulties that I don't know, there wasn't a solution for, I guess. So it was kind of weird, like when your laptop starts to get that crinkly, crumply,
like the WAV files are stuttering and shit like that.
Stuttering, or like you didn't turn off the Wi-Fi, or you left the Bluetooth on, or you're not able to reset. All I know is I heard Every Day We Lit for like all 3 verses and 4 choruses, and like they're like trying to run through the records, and so there's some technical difficulties. Other than that, though, I will, whoever was DJing was holding down the room pretty well.
Okay.
The crowd, to me, felt very like educated in the music, in the sense of like they're really like singing along.
Dope.
So I think it's a dope night, for anyone who wants to go pay the $100 or check it out,
or spend $2,500 on a table,
or spend whatever the minimum can change to be. At the time. I would definitely say that it's something to go check out.
Dope. Joe.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
Great, man. Legacy, new club in Orange County. Did that Friday night. Shout out to Jay Nold. And then Saturday night, I did Aria Vista in Riverside. And it was my 3rd time doing it. It was probably the best crowd, the best night I've done with them.
Nice.
Really good turnout. Really popping spot out in Riverside. And then Sunday, I got the call to play basketball with Miki. And the last game,
got the call. They called you in.
I got the call. The closer, baby.
You won't win. Put Dainja in.
Yeah, they said, man, we only got 4. Dainja. So yeah, I went to go play with these guys and physically was not ready for all that.
Hey, man.
It's funny. Like Miki and I can play. Like a game of 21, we'll play against anybody who. I mean, we'll do very well against anybody that doesn't have any type of college basketball background.
Yeah.
So, but then you get us in these games where we have to run back and forth.
That full court.
And I lifted that day, and his brother called me while I was lifting. I'm like, well, I'm not going to stop my workout, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. And yeah, man, it's funny because like Miki would tell, I'm not one to talk shit. when I play. I'm very quiet when I play, and I just want to get through the game, or I just don't care. I don't care to get emotionally involved.
Attached to it, yeah.
I was getting bored. Okay, we're losing. I was dying physically, and I was getting bored. So I blocked someone's shot out of bounds, and I was like, man, I can't believe y'all. I said something like, y'all let my old ass have my way with you. Y'all are sorry. It was something like that. Man, that they like fight. Hey, fuck you, ain't shit. You losing. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, let's go. I said, look, Miki's the one that talks shit. I'm the one that's reserved, and Miki gets into it and likes to chirp back and forth. It gets him going.
Damn.
But I was like, man, y'all ain't shit. Hurting. So that got them going. And there's always like a muscle on the other team.
Yeah.
So he's not the guy that's not very talented. Probably bald, chunkier,
stupid,
rebounder. He's just there to flex around and talk trash. So I'm getting into it with him. He's on the bench. I'm running by him like, man, look at you. You over there on the bench. You
shit. Damn.
Joe is handing out the smoke to whoever wanted.
As y'all losing.
Hey, man, listen.
Look, man, I'm telling you, I was bored.
At some point, I can quote Joe saying, I'm running circles around you. And we're losing.
Wow.
And we're losing.
Damn.
We got within 4.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did you record any of this on your Billy Buckets content?
I think Andy's wife did. She better because
Melissa, I'm hitting you up.
I had a 2-hand tap on a fast break. And and I was feeling myself. I was like,
shit.
Lying on his feet.
Yo, you let 295 pounds.
Damn.
1 foot or 2 foot?
2 foot.
Oh, so that means you stopped and
yeah, I did.
Better stop playing with him.
Applause for that.
Damn. Okay.
We still got it. You know.
Yeah, it's the running back and forth.
It's just the recovery.
And
that
I
takes
haven't
longer.
ran since I've been back from Asia. So that's just like you just throwing me out in the fire, expecting me to survive.
What you was running from in Asia?
No, I haven't ran.
Oh,
like I got back from Asia a week ago, but I haven't ran in like 3-4 weeks, and I haven't picked up a ball since like August. It's
been a while.
I play with you guys, so yeah, that was my weekend. Actually went to Red Food's house for a Friendsgiving. It was a vegan Friendsgiving.
Wow.
Yeah, y'all could have kept all that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
I'd have stopped by for 15 minutes.
I had 2
all
plates.
Of that.
Let me tell you something. I had 2 plates.
Of course
I smashed, man. It was good. I don't know how healthy it was.
What was it?
Like, I understand it. It was meatloaf, lasagna, mashed potatoes, and then there was just a bunch of sides of like potatoes and veggies. But that's the thing, like with the whole vegan thing, just because it's not an animal doesn't mean it's healthy, because you can put a lot of shit in there to give it flavor. But my point is, I'm not knocking the vegans. My point is, I smashed, and it probably wasn't healthy at some point because the flavors were so good,
or how much you ate.
I ate a lot. But yeah, Food's in his own little world out in Malibu Hills, coding apps. He doesn't even do music anymore. So yeah, man, that was my weekend.
Dope, man. My weekend was dope. Friday, I did Shore Bar in Santa Monica. We did
shout out Milo.
We did Night Train's birthday out there. Shout out DJ Night Train. That shit was fun, bro. Like, it was dope to get out of LA and just do some shit. And we had a good time. We got smacked, and we all went out there and just had a good time. So shout out to those cats out there, man. Saturday, did some private shit from a Check 1 2. Yesterday, I did a gig for Avril Lavigne.
Oh shit.
And the wife and I did a gig for her. It was some intimate, small, you know what I mean, joint, whatever, that we got linked up with. And we literally DJed for 9 hours straight.
What?
2:30 to 11:30 at night.
Just Avril Lavigne's B-sides?
It was some shit. Like, listen, I'm telling you this now, man. I'm going to be the first nigga out here playing country music. I'm going to be the first nigga out here playing, what were we playing? Alternative rock, like
90s.
I mean, yo, I'm out here killing the game right now. I was like, man, but you know, my wife is white, so she, you know, helped me up in that.
She was pointing out the song.
She was just like,
that one.
Yeah,
ooh, you know, that one right now.
When we had to go, when we had to go real deep, I was like, yo, What do I need?
What's the 21 Pilots?
Let me see that phone. Everywhere, bro.
I done ran Skater Boy 20 times.
Hey, chill.
But she got on, and when it got to the point where I was just like, I'm done, my back was on fire, I was like, hey, you take over for a little bit.
Right.
And she got on and she does her thing, boom, 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 she's doing it. They loved us, man. It was funny, just to do something like that and play some shit out of the norm. Like,
right.
Normally when you do some shit out of the norm, it's usually for like an hour at the most. And all right, cool, this was different, this was refreshing. And I was like, yo,
look at you.
Man, 9 hours strong. Like, we 9 hours.
That check was right.
Man, what?
Avril, come on, Avril.
You already know, man.
Hey, why do you think they didn't ask us to bring nothing to the Friendsgiving? You know what I'm saying? Check it right.
Oh, man. Hey, let me, you know what, man? Listen, it ain't even like that, man. It's Friendsgiving. We want y'all to just come, you take the time out of your day to come spend it with us.
But you got real meat there? You got meat?
Yeah, nigga, we got meat. I live in that fucking house.
Hey, I ain't judging. I had the fake stuff. It's good.
I live in that house. I ain't having it. That's my house.
We having turkey.
Yeah. Okay. Shit.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, that was
maybe some ham.
No, we're not gonna make turkey because that's when everyone's gonna have it on Thanksgiving. So it's just like our shit is gonna be a little different, With
she's Italian, right? She's Italian.
Italian, yep. Italian, German.
She on pasta, lasagna.
We'll see. I don't know what she's making, man. She did a bunch of shopping today. It don't matter. By the time this airs, it's gonna be past Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's damn right.
Though. But that was my weekend, man. Like I said, it was a good time and it was cool,
That's random as hell. That's dope. Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I want to say Advil Lavigne every time I see her.
Huh?
Every time I see her name, I want to say Advil.
I know exactly because you say it right. There's an R in there. You got to get that right.
Don't comment because I don't want to mess up your money in the future. But I had I worked with a bodyguard that worked for her. And he said she was such a handful. He left her ass wherever they were.
Really?
He blew up on her, talked shit in her face, and said, "I'm out," and just left her.
You know what's funny, man? I had the complete opposite experience with her.
Good.
Like I mean not just with her, but everyone that was there, all her, her friends, her family, whatever, were beyond extremely nice. Like the hospitality was amazing, and we were literally there to just, in a sense, kind of play background music. But obviously it got to the point where, because they were drinking, it got to the point where it was just like, yo, we want to, like turn that shit up, you know what I mean? And she was having a good time. And I mean, they could have came over to us for like a straight 15, 20 minutes and requested every song, but they did it in the most polite way ever. Right. Like, and then it was people there in the music industry or whatever. And, in my experience or, our experience, whatever, when we dealing with those people, there's some sort of ego there that comes with it. Like, you should do what I say, or you should be thankful that you do. And we didn't get none of that at all, man. And I think that was just the dope part. Like, we were tired as fuck being there for 9 hours and literally be standing up for 9 hours. But it was such a pleasure because her and her people were just so genuinely nice that I was like, hey man, we didn't mind it. And, it was cool. We had a good time and I was like, cool.
And was it originally booked for the 9 or was it like?
No, it wasn't booked for the 9. It was originally booked for like 4, maybe 5 max. Then like a day or two before they changed the time earlier, but they assumed that they were going to end earlier because they were moving the time earlier. So it ended up staying what they originally ended in time and then the early time. And we went on even earlier because we got there earlier to set up and stuff.
Right.
And we were just like, well, we finished so fast. So we were like, she was like, well, okay, all right, fuck it. We just started playing music. So it was that. So I'm like, but then, like I said, even though we started, earlier than we used, they still took care of us. So I was like, hey man, it was cool, man. It was like I said. So like you said, it was some left field shit that we were not expecting, but it turned out dope.
Right. Barry Bonds played left field.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I just had to try to. I'm high.
Anyways, man, back to you.
Hold on. Before we move on, we get to.
Barry Bonds went to Arizona State. Look at you. Look at you. You live near Arizona State.
This guy knows his stuff.
Tempe.
We had I'm just going to bring this up for the sake of it, but remember the time, I think it was all 3 of us, and we had to do a Mongolian club.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was so loud.
Shit.
It was us 3, right?
Yeah.
It was so loud.
I do remember that.
And down in Koreatown.
Yeah.
Yo, I do remember that.
I got that gig off Craigslist.
Hey, that's the grind.
They booked me on camera.
You're lying.
Yeah, that's how I got that shit.
I was like, yo, oh man.
I think I only got one off the wall.
Yeah.
I think I remember just not knowing what to do
At all.
They just stared at you. They just stood there and stared at you.
Is that so? Let me. Is that a? And I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that like an Asian thing? Like
it's Asian, Mongolia.
No. What I'm saying is the staring. Like when they go out and they go watch DJs or whatever.
Sometimes
they don't.
I can't think of like.
No, they wouldn't.
I can't think of where in Asia, but when we done shows in Asia, I remember seeing crowds just kind of stare.
They just stare like they don't because they're having a good time. It's not like because we're so used to people like dancing, having a good time, vibing, chopping it up with one another while we're performing. They're literally just they watch you do your thing.
Come break
At all, like, and I mean, it would leave you. I did, and speaking of that, I did an Asian wedding years ago, Asian wedding, and it was similar to that. Like, there's some people they were just so like interested in what I was doing, and they were just literally staring at me, and I was in my head like, I can't get these fucking people to dance. I suck right now. Like, what the fuck, yo? I was like, I couldn't get them to go, and then I later learned that I'm like, no, that's what they do. Like, that's how they show like
culture.
That's their culture. How they show like they're interested in doing, in what you're doing and shit like that. And I'm like, oh man, my approach would have been completely different if I know that before time. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking at them like, dance. I'm even on the mic. Like, if you want, I'm on the mic. Like, if you want to hear something specific, come talk to me. Like, like I'm literally asking them to request shit. Like,
everybody in the crowd. My name is Drake. I appreciate y'all.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Here for you. If you want me to keep going, just let me know.
Man. Oh yeah.
Appreciate y'all for having me. My name is Drake. I'm out.
Yeah. So definitely appreciate those different gigs, man.
Right.
They help you grow as a DJ. I will say that.
I think I'm still early, but I've had one. I think it was like 2 months ago. DJed at high school.
Okay.
For 99% Mexican.
Oh.
But I had a list ready for that. But I went there and I'm playing bangers, bro. Like I'm doing my thing. Hot cue buttoning up. This was early, and no one's dancing. One of them requested, "Can you play something?" I played a Spanish song. It was upbeat, man. When I tell you they was on the dance floor going crazy, I couldn't understand anything they were saying. So I'm just really matching the beat when I'm transitioning to it. But every time I played some mainstream stuff, even Cardi B, like nah. But everything that was like Latino Spanish music, they was, and I'm out there, I'm learning. It was still new, so I'm like, okay, yeah. And I was so happy that I had that certain like crate ready. Yeah, because if I didn't, I would have been SOL. But they're also coming up, they're feeding me songs. Do you have this? Do you have this? So I'm on YouTube.
Yup.
And YouTube to MP3, converting over
DJ City account.
Yeah. No, I got a DJ, but some of them they were
asking for it, man.
That's true.
Yeah, but
Did they recognize you as an influencer?
Huh?
Did they recognize you as an influencer?
Wait. Before you move on, what?
Yeah, I got Miki's DJ City login, so I'll be going crazy on it.
That's who got it. That's who got it. I was like, I don't have that shit. I got my own.
I've been blaming everybody on this podcast.
My bad.
No, you good.
But I only use it like I really don't update it like my shit like that.
No,
but
good.
I be on it though.
I'm just making sure.
Did they recognize you as an influencer?
A couple of kids did.
Take pictures and all that?
One of it was 4 black people there, but
all accounted for.
But the 2 of the guys, they came from a different school and they ended up leaving early. So it was like a black girl and a black guy, and but they weren't messing with it because I had to play what the predomination was.
Were you apologizing to them? Like,
I'm apologizing to little 7-year-olds.
Fuck y'all.
Don't follow me.
Don't follow me.
They like B died, but that boy died. He suck at DJing. I'm like, but it was dope. That's like my only story for like something off the wall.
So let me ask you, we hear about influencers, a lot of DJs talking shit about influencers and how they're not real, a lot of yada, yada, yada. But I've never heard the side of an influencer as to why they do it, how invested they are in it. I mean, and it's fine if it's like, if they consider it as a money grab or if they genuinely care about the culture or interest. Like, I just want you to get your rocks off on your thoughts on being an influencer, becoming a DJ.
Honestly, from what my opinion, from my standpoint, what I see, I think 75% of it is a money grabber.
Yeah.
Me being like who I am and having X amount of followers, it could be easy for me to put out a clothing line, it pop, put out a song, it pop.
Yeah.
But I care more about the craft. Okay. So like, it's a lot of people that's really not, they just a lot of influencers that just they're not really good DJs.
And they're recorded mixes.
Yes.
Like, I've seen influencers get paid thousands to play pre-recorded mix.
Bank. And it's not where it's at. Me, I care about the craft, so I don't even call myself a DJ.
Yeah.
I first started out as a good transitioner.
That's a dangerous word, my friend.
Good transitioner with the beat. So I had really good transition.
Cleaned it up a little bit.
That's what I was, yeah. And then now I'm a vibe curator. I still don't consider myself a DJ. You know,
vibe creator.
I'm learning how to scratch. I'm more comfortable now scratching my mixes in.
Yeah.
I don't use a sing button, which I learned. So
that's taboo. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. Right. So everything is, you know, I don't know. I think I did it the right way, or I'm doing it the right way.
What are you using right now? Controller, CDJs, turntables?
Controller
okay.
at home, CDJs in the club.
Dope. Okay.
Yeah. So and I didn't want to be that guy. When I was in Australia, I had to take my controller around because that's where I first started DJing.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago. Now, I think if you respect the DJ craft, you don't bring a controller. You don't make them take out X amount of chords. I don't know if it's but I don't know. I'm just going by what I think and what I see and what I need to learn. So CDJs, and I got them down packed.
Dope.
So
I'm not gonna lie, Dot. So before Dot became a DJ or found the interest of the DJ, right? Dot was out all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
all the time. So he could give feedback or listen to the difference between, you know, quote unquote, a good DJ or a bad DJ or selection or whatever the case may be. So in that sense, he's really been doing his homework for quite some time. And I still remember when he hit me, he's like, yo, like, what should I get? And like, what kind of laptop? And, you know, all the kind of the starter questions. And you just went off and kind of did your thing. Yeah. You really put yourself out there. Because even to this day, you're doing IG lives. You're doing sets, and he's just allowing people to critique him on the fly, which I respect because
being transparent with them.
I don't even know if I do that. You know, like.
But I think your reasoning why, because I think it'll come more so from like, I don't give a fuck what people think about me, as opposed to him being new to it. He feels like he should kind of care a little bit more than someone that's been doing this as long as yourself.
And you're just sessioning, having a good time. Yeah, I just kind of getting your practice off. Yeah. And you've matured out of the sync button. Yeah. Matured out of, I remember
the hot cues.
Still when I'd push him kind of like the big brother, like you don't want to be bringing a controller to the club.
Yeah.
And you did your thing. And now, you know, I thought it was really important for us to have you on the pod because you got some pretty big gigs lined up.
Yeah. I've been DJing for 2 years. I started in Australia, but I don't want to say I wasn't nervous. I just didn't think I was ready for a mainstream club.
Right.
Like all the clubs out in Scottsdale, Arizona, where I live now, they wanted me to DJ, but I was like, nah, I'm not comfortable yet. I wasn't comfortable with the CDJs. Yeah. Didn't even know how to do the load. I don't even know what the terminology is called. But when one's playing on one side and get it to play at the same time.
Instant doubles.
Yeah, instant doubles. Like I wasn't, I wasn't comfortable. Then last Saturday, I got my opportunity at Intel out in Scottsdale in Old Town, Arizona. And I killed it. And they gave me the main set. I've been going there since 2014, first club ever to book me as an influencer. So it just felt right for them to be the first main club for me to go with. And from there, what everyone's saying, they said I killed it. And it was like I was on a high that I never, ever felt. Yeah, I know you guys probably know it from your first ever, major DJ set, and it went really well. I was on a high that I never wanted to get off. And it was like, all right, I'm ready. Like,
I'm in this.
And it was even crazy because I went to a Jindena concert a couple days before. My guy, he's a tour manager. I had him all over for an after party. I was like, just come over. Y'all can bring over, boom, boom. Instantly went DJ City, downloaded all Jindena that I knew, YouTube, Jindena, boom, boom, boom. But I already had an Afrobeats crate ready.
Yeah.
So my boy Paul get there. I started off, then I just go off. I play for like an hour. Next, Paul, he's a DJ, he's a tour manager for Deontay Hitchcock.
Okay.
He's a new artist, and asked me to go on tour with him. 10 weeks.
Shit!
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know if I don't think I'm ready. Not yet. So, but it's just dope to have that opportunity.
Nice.
I also got offered the residency for Intel for Saturday night.
Nice. We on weekly?
Yeah. But I didn't accept. But,
it was too much to commit to.
Well, I don't want to be something. I don't want to get condensed. Like I'm already an influencer, so I want to give them like, damn, when DJ Daddy gonna be back? When Doc gonna be back? So I'm going there this Wednesday doing a pre-Thanksgiving vibe.
Yeah. That's what's up. What's been the hardest thing for you transitioning into becoming a DJ? You know what I mean? When you were like, I finally want to do this. This is something I'm interested in doing.
Confidence
mm-hmm.
and being comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing this for like 2 years, like working on my stuff, but it was just basically confidence and actually doing it.
Yeah.
Cause I will always like put it to the side and then I won't DJ for like a month and a half. Then I got to go back. I get like an in-house gig, like a private party gig, which is easier than the club. So I just go download some stuff, get a couple practice sessions in, but I wasn't committed. So it's basically me finally being committed and getting that confidence to get on stage and just do what you do.
Dope.
Like, so.
Was there a specific DJ you were listening to before you started DJing? Like someone you were studying really close?
Well, I mean, I knew, of course, you and Miki, but every club I went to, I didn't go to the club to party. Right. I went there to study. Like I have a whole list in my phone called DJ ads. It's different transitions to different mixes they've done. The Vanessa Carlton to Tatiana. The Uncle Luke Scared to Big Booty by Black Youngster. It was just me going there, learning and listening to the different transitions because I was always I'll just spin it and go off. And when I was in Australia, the guy told me, he was like, you had good song selection, but people don't want to hear that scratching every time.
Yeah.
And that was dope because I did it right before the club. It was a guy that owned it and he was basically told me, gave me that tip. So even now when I go to the clubs, I'm listening. I'm listening to what the DJ's doing, how he's reacting, how he's talking. I haven't got comfortable talking on the mic yet. Okay. That's the next step. But
that'd be easy once you get, because you got the personality. The mic work is really about personality.
And that's what I am up there. I'm an entertainer. So I'm up there dancing. I'm getting lit. I'm like, yo, I'm fucking this up right now.
Yeah.
And that's just me just being, that's how I am in the club. Yeah. If I wasn't DJing. So why not give you myself while I'm, curating the vibes?
Yeah. For those that don't know, B-Dot used to play pro ball in Australia.
Still do.
And you're still there. Are you going to go back and DJ when you go there, or are you just going to?
I have a residency there. That's where I started.
What city?
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yep. Matter of fact, 3 months ago, I had a Australia Melbourne tour. Did 3 of the major clubs out there.
Okay.
And it was dope. It was cool. Their technology is super backed up. So my laptop wasn't even capable for it to sync to whatever controller they had. We had to use a USB, and everything I had to do was internal, which was cool for me because I like not perfect setups and still doing well. Like I gotta adjust. The first time I knew about the hot cues on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I was like, oh shoot, these are hot cues.
Yeah.
Oh, I can play it with W. So it was dope. It was difficult. I was nervous as hell, but as I got to it, it was dope. And I know you guys know when you DJ overseas, I don't want to say it's easier, but it's more fun because you can play, they dance, not as many sections.
They dance and you can go like in Australia, Usher, you can go old school.
Usher, 50 Cent, Chingy, they going crazy.
I've never heard Ring My Bell by Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff in America. The only time I've ever heard that song was multiple times in Sydney, Australia.
They love it out there, man.
They love that shit.
It's dope, man. It's more of a dance vibe. Yeah. I don't want to say it's tough to drop newer hits. They really don't really know what it is to get the music later, but
and they call hip hop R&B out there.
Yep, everything. Yep, R&B. Yeah. R&B. So I'm like, bro, I love R&B. That's what I listen to at home. I only DJ rap. But when I was like R&B, I'm like, some of you better be playing Mary J. Blige,
Mary J.
It was like, no, mate, that's what hip hop is. So Australia, when I go out there, that'd be my spending money.
Do you know anybody in the Gold Coast?
No, well, a couple basketball guys, but nobody personally.
I got a contact in the Gold Coast in Adelaide. I'm gonna put you on.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of the Gold Coast?
Heck yeah, it's beautiful out there.
The Gold Coast is a special place if you're a single man.
And so so now you're in LA and you're playing at Playhouse at a venue that you've hung out and partied many of times.
Mm-hmm. He said he's getting married there.
Had my wedding reception.
When are you doing Playhouse?
Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
And that's crazy because I was talking with my friend the other day. about, you know, I'm DJing tomorrow at City Nights. And I was like, it's really, I mean, y'all can come. It's more of a bar thing. I would like really want everybody to come when I do something like Playhouse. And then 2 seconds later, my boy Antoine, he hit me up and was like, hey, bro, you going to be in town Saturday? And I'm like, I live out in Arizona now. He was like, I know, but I wanted you to DJ the opening set for my birthday. And I'm like, bro, look at God. That's crazy. So like, I'm looking forward and going back to my hotel tonight to getting my list and my crate and everything ready because it's an opening set. I can't play the bangers that I've been playing.
Nope.
This is good for you, though.
This is good
for you.
That you know that.
This is like when you open, that's when you learn how to DJ.
There's dudes that DJ every week and still don't know how to do that.
Right. So So I'm happy. I'm excited. I like the challenge. Like, I know I respect the craft. So it's like I know I can't play these certain songs, but it's dope.
All right. So I'm gonna put you on the spot. Give me 5 records you'd like to play in an opening set.
On the open set, this is my first opening set.
If you just had to think about it off top.
I'll probably start it off with YG, You Broke.
Okay.
I'll keep to maybe F Donald Trump. If I'm going back to back.
Okay.
Yeah, do you?
You can give me
I like to stay West Coast when I do opening sets or when I'm starting off a set. I like to start it off with the old West Coast and Donald Trump, and then I may go, shit, Miki.
See?
That's tough because if you were to do that to me, I'd be like, man, I got to look at my list. I can't call it off the top.
Being a dick. Just want to make you better.
Visualize your list.
Instead of saying specific songs, give us artists.
Okay. I go YG. I go a little early Tory. Just that, but let it be later on.
You could probably get away with Chicks tape joints too.
Some of the Chicks tape, but the Tory will be later on going into the DJ, because even some of Tory's hot shit is still kind of
absolutely
main.
Yeah, like, I'm still playing that shit in a lot of sets.
I'll throw some old school vibe in it, so I'll throw Usher. I love how Usher transition anything. I'll throw the Fresh Prince.
There you go.
Okay. I like that because that transition really well with good beats, and then something, it's always something for the ladies. I'll keep it at TLC, into some early Cardi B.
Okay.
And even Nicki, women, females still love Nicki, even though Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, they doing their thing. But even, with Nicki, and I think, just off the top.
Yeah.
Off the top, of course, and you got to go with Drake. Any old Drake that works. That just works for that type of vibe, for the opening vibe, nothing too crazy. So,
yeah, man, you did well.
Thanks, man.
Good.
Yeah. Other than that,
you had to put him on the spot.
You've been doing this for a short period of time. Your first opening set, and you already list a bunch of artists that would fit perfect in the opening set. We got people out there that have been doing this shit for a decade and still don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Still can't get it right.
Jesus Christ.
Hey.
Anyways, I'm not here to hate on nobody.
One thing I want to make clear for our listeners, because I'm sure there will be a handful listening to this, and they're like, damn, 75% of you is doing this for the money. Like, that's fucked up. I would, this and that. But it's the way I see it is, I've been feeling like this as long as I've been DJing. You can't get mad at a booker for booking an influencer, a celebrity, or you can't get mad at the influencer or the celebrity. You got to figure out how to pave your own way. You got to figure out how to, you can't say they took your gig. You can't say anything like that, because you are creating your own monster. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But you can't knock these people trying to make money on the side or doing it for whatever reason. You just got to step your shit up. Right. You got to get more creative. You got to figure out a way to just to build your brand up. Now, again, and more than anything, it's about building your brand. It's I hate to say it, but it's more about the brand than skills to some degree.
Right.
So that's just my 2 cents for those guys listening and that want to knock the influencers or the celebrities. Like, man, just figure out how to be more creative and get your shit, step your shit up, and then you wouldn't have this problem.
Right. Like, that's not an exact, that's just what I know. You feel me? That's from what I see. I'm not saying like you can go on Google and type it in and say 75%, but I honestly, it was a moment.
No, I mean, that's just the way you feel.
Yeah, from what I see, is 75% of what I see of influencers that do music or DJ or even clothing, they don't put their all into it. That's why I haven't even dropped any merch yet. I don't want to just drop something that got beat out on it. Like I want to be something that's gonna last.
I can help you with that.
Right.
I can say that we can appreciate the proper steps that you're taking to become a DJ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy a controller, I'm gonna buy a laptop, I'm gonna just download the hottest joints on the 100, Billboard charts,
right.
and just go in there and just hit play, or you know what I mean? Not even, but you're taking the steps to learn how to blend tracks, read crowds, willing to take an opening set, because most people, a lot of influencers with your following would have been like, an opening set, are you crazy? You know what I mean? But you're humble enough to be like, yo, I want to take that experience because it's going to help me grow as a DJ. So I think a lot of people can appreciate the steps that you're taking, regardless of why you're doing it. The fact that you're, I guess in layman's terms, you're doing it the correct way,
right?
Whatever that may look like. But you know what I'm saying? We could definitely appreciate that, as opposed to just being like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna just take these opportunities and run with it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, most definitely. I think DJing has always been in my blood. I remember when I was like 12, told my mom to buy me some turntables. She bought $3,000 turntables. I'm talking about they're silver, metallic, but they're actually the turntables. I didn't know what to do with them. So they were sitting in my closet. So it's like now I can go back home and I can get those, bring them out. They're like they're fire as hell. But even before then, like throughout college, high school, I was a virtual, I don't know if I can say this, I was a virtual DJ connoisseur. That's what I would DJ off.
Most cats were.
Yeah, that's what I would DJ off at parties. I'll sit in the corner and I'll curate the vibe. So when I got my controller, I knew what Q meant. I knew what hot Q meant. I knew what it meant. So it was kind of easier for me to transition it with that. But one story, it was like 2 years ago, I was in New York, and I'm an influencer with AT&T. It was an AT&T event. And Chantel Jeffries was DJing. And this is when she was new in the DJing.
She's been on my mind this whole, as we're talking about influencers.
Right. She was new to the DJ world.
To this podcast.
No.
And at the time, I'm still sitting there listening. I'm like, man, because I DJ, I do music. So I'm sitting there like, I'm listening to it, and the blends, transitions are, it's terrible. It is terrible. So no offense. Like now I'm pretty sure she's much better. I know she does music now, and her shit's popping. But she first started out, but it was a dope move for her because she was an influencer.
Yeah.
And now when these clubs book her, they can book her as a host and the DJ. So that's a double amount fee.
That's two checks.
Right, 2 checks. So right then and there, I was like, all right. Even today, I like to do corporate events. I like to do private parties. I think when I was saying that earlier, I was hiding myself. When I was like, I only do private parties. I only do, weddings. And that's what I really was doing. Weddings, bar mitzvahs. I did my boy's baby shower. And I was just more comfortable. I was comfortable with my controller.
Yeah.
Right. And that was just me hiding myself.
Less judgment.
You're right. And that was me hiding myself from learning on the CDJ and just going out there.
But you were really putting yourself in like high pressure situations. Like
when we ain't doing weddings.
Yeah. I do bar mitzvahs every weekend, but
we avoid weddings.
But that's what I'm saying. I stopped doing. My company hates me now because I won't do weddings anymore.
Really?
They'll be like, "Why are you?" I'm not doing them anymore.
They're high pressure.
They're higher pressure, and you'll learn. I think you'll learn that, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I see why." Like you can go in a club and be like, "Oh, this is cake. I do this with my eyes closed."
So I started backwards because like I did the weddings and the private parties, and I don't know. Like I even did like. My boy Wiz Khalifa and Ludi, they had like on 420. I DJ'd their thing before. I think DJ Murphy. I think that's when I met him. I think he came after me.
Okay.
Yeah, he came after me. I think that was my first time. Jay Murphy. My bad.
Jay Murphy.
Yeah, my apologies, but that was it was weird. I want to say it was weird, but it was dope because I didn't know at the time. Do I play all Wiz, even though Wiz not here? But it's Taylor Gang type.
Yeah.
Do I play Chevy Woods? Yeah. But I still play curated the vibes properly and threw their songs in when they came in and when the vibe was appropriate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I like being uncomfortable and managing it.
Yeah. It definitely helps you grow. I will say that for sure.
Keeping a smile on your face.
Right, the whole time. I'm nervous as hell though.
Yeah.
I got butterflies.
They couldn't tell you. They be sitting there. They be like, "Yo, he having a good time up there."
Like,
so I gotta ask you. A lot of the people that are, let's just say the influencers, right, that are like putting this forward to get the check and be a DJ, they're really running, essentially through the same brand. But you chose to kind of have this alter ego / different name, DJ No Daddy.
right.
Now we probably ain't got to get into why your DJ name is DJ No Daddy, because I've told the story once in this pod for that poor little kid at SneakerCon. But, but
that was a great story.
You chose to create this separate account. Can you explain a little bit why you chose to go that route versus like just running everything through B. A. Pause, and so forth?
I mean, it's it's an alter ego. I don't know. It's me.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say it's alter ego. It's me.
It's you.
I ain't got no daddy, so I don't want to be DJ Dot or DJ B Dot. You feel me? So I felt like I needed to create a whole separate page that was just for my DJing. Granted, I only got like 1,000 followers. I'm not really active only when I have a gig, but it's still something dope to have. And it's me just encouraging and accepting, growing up with a single mom, not having a male figure, to run to or to learn tough love or throw a baseball or type shit. But it's cool because I'm successful and I'm the man who I am today, and I don't regret it. So that DJ No Daddy is really it's really just a reminder, you don't need to have, both parents in your life to be successful or to be proud of yourself or be happy type ish. And it's funny. It's funny
it's
as
fucking
hell.
hilarious.
My DJ drop is tell your fine ass daddy I said hi. And then boom, go right into it. It's so much funny. The name is just hilarious. So much ways you can do it. And when people see it, they're like, what? Wait, DJ No Daddy was funny. I got a DM today. The dude was like, bro, it's so funny but dope how they put hosted by B Dot, vibes by DJ No Daddy.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's two different people.
Exactly. And I always
two checks.
Facts. So that's DJ No Daddy, that's me. And that's something I always use jokingly as an excuse. I forget my homework, my bad teacher, I ain't got no daddy. I'm sorry, I ain't.
Shit. Smart. Something that all the minority men can relate to.
But it was I don't know, it was a joke. I can joke about.
Who was the most awkward person you've ever pulled that line on? Because when I watched it happen live, I think you said it to me at some point for sure, and I was unprepared. Because I was like, I wanted to hug you,
crazy. And this is not to go on Miki. This is not a flex or anything. About 3 years ago, I got invited to D Wade Gabrielle Union dinner party out of Malibu. That's when I found out.
D Wade fucks with you. I've seen him in your comments.
That's my guy. That's my guy. And later on, LeBron, Chris Paul, Maverick, Karan Butler, they show up, and me and my boy KG Markel, known as Who Is That on the gram, we were there. We were listening to them talk basketball and stuff. And they were just talking about basketball in general. I was like, I really don't enjoy going to basketball games. I like being at the crib and watching it. You don't like going to games, Dad? I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't got no daddy, so I really don't. It was like,
I got nothing with that.
D-Wade looked at me like, wait, what? So, yeah, bro, I ain't got no dad, so I don't need to be going to games like that. He like, oh, okay. That's crazy, but yeah, Brian. But it was so natural. I didn't realize who I'm around. It was just me being me. I'm like, yeah, my bad, Brian. I ain't got no daddy. It is what it is. But like Brian and Karan, they let us hold on, wait, what? And he was like, oh, that's a crazy reason, but all right. But I think that's probably the most awkward, the most craziest moment.
That's amazing.
So, what you got coming up for New Year's Eve? You gonna be anywhere?
I'm looking at homes in Scottsdale.
Okay.
To have a crazy New Year's
party.
No, have a crazy New Year's.
Oh, you gonna put something together yourself?
Yep. Wow. I did a last minute Halloween party where I DJed from. So that's like your story. I DJed from 10 to 5. It was my party in my house, and people were thinking that I wasn't having a good time because I was DJing. I had the time of my life.
Yeah.
Me seeing everybody react to me DJing for X amount of hours, 7+ hours was amazing. So I'm looking for a dope venue, a dope vibe, a dope house with some stairs, some Cinderella type shit.
Yep.
To have a fire New Year's Eve, dot Eve. I don't know. I throw my name and everything. But yeah, I think that's gonna be my New Year's plan. Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I sent y'all
2020. Look out for Dot.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna lie. I check flights to try to make the Halloween joint. But,
it's cool. It's cool. Santana pulled up.
I saw.
Yeah.
He pulls up to AZ quite often.
Yeah,
but
he likes the weather.
Right. The weather is always nice and clear.
Very. Food's good.
Wow.
Anyhow, any other things coming up? Maybe on the B dot side. And for those, I mean, they gotta know by now, right? Like official NBA impersonator was the title.
Oh I basketball parodies, NBA impersonator. That's
Celebrity All-Star Game,
right? MVP. Yeah, you know, four-page spread in ESPN, a magazine, on Jimmy Kimmel, E60. I mean, a couple. ESPN like this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
My man's
but I mean, anything upcoming. I do have a podcast. It won't compete against you guys. It's more of a.
You talking basketball on there?
All right, well that's it. All right,
you're gonna head out.
That's strike 3
for time.
I have a podcast coming up. I think it's gonna be dope. It's called The Rebound, and it's basically just
DJing.
not really.
It's called The Rebound. It's about DJing.
No, it's basically about just modern everyday stuff that's happening, but I put it in basketball terminology, like who's this week's rebound, like assist.
Who's
but
this
it's
week's
you
rebound?
feel me? Like who just got out of a relationship? Like so, like let's take Janae and Big Sean. Yeah, and Big Sean. You see how they're not together, but they're back kicking it and stuff.
Yeah.
So like that would be a segment in the show type shit, like full court press. Like we think Big Sean trying to get her back, so now type shit. But that and just different DJ gigs. I'll be back in Australia in March playing ball. And man, I'm just trying to do it all, bro. My stand up, I'm about to get into stand up.
Nice.
I think that's the next step.
Netflix hit this man up.
Yeah, stop playing with me.
Yeah, and
For real.
Netflix handing out checks to stand up.
Everybody.
Oh, also on Fuse TV and Hulu.
Okay.
Go watch WTF Baron Davis.
Hulu has live sports.
right.
Yes, Hulu has live sports. It's 12 episodes.
Hey, they didn't cut the
funny
check for
as hell. Go get it.
Yeah, the show's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dope.
It's fucking hilarious. Your situation with Nick Young
Oh yeah,
was
Man.
priceless. That's quite.
I can only
the combo.
imagine.
Oh yeah, we got it. Nick Young was on there. Jerry Ferrara, a.k.a. The lawyer. What's my man from Power?
Oh yeah, from Power.
yeah.
AKA from Entourage.
Yep, Entourage. too. Turtle. Yep. Who else? Lemoyne. He was on there from New Girl. So we got a favorite Flavor Flav.
There you go.
So we got some good celebrity appearances there. It ain't no bullshit show.
Yeah.
It's legit.
What's up?
Shot in
Check was
12K.
cut. We get 12K.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. We don't want to hold you up.
One more thing, swipe up for my premium, my for fans only account. No, I'm bullshit.
I'm
trying to do it all,
extra
man.
money. Extra, my man, really chasing them checks. Fans only.
Oh
Oh
man.
my God. Are you sure you don't want to, your premium Snapchat?
You don't want to plug nothing else?
Oh, well, yeah, my premium Snapchat at b. No, I'm joking, man. You can blur that out.
Trust me, it'll be on the post.
But no, man, I appreciate y'all for having me. This is dope. This is different.
Yeah.
It's a different audience than what I'm used to in terms of the demographic that I have. And it's
Way to bring you right into the wolves, man, of the DJ world. You got a couple big gigs. You were in town. It was a no-brainer for us to have you on.
Yes,
just
sir.
have a quick little convo and, chop it up.
Yeah.
I appreciate it learning from some legends.
Hey,
Y'all legends to me. If y'all nobody else, y'all legends to me.
Okay, you know
For real. He DJ with his girl.
Right.
Oh man, listen out here.
And she white.
Listen,
That is
I'm trying to tell
fire.
you. I've been telling these niggas, man. Listen, I'm starting a female DJ empire, man. I already
See
got
what happens when you bring another black guy
You know
out
what I'm
to the
saying? I already got these niggas is asleep. I already
Let's
got a couple of girls already sprinkled around. Listen, man, all different ethnicities, everything, man. Listen here.
Let's
Come holla
talk.
at any female DJ that want to learn how to DJ. Come holla at me.
Woman DJ.
Woman DJ. My apologies.
That's
Any
why I love this
woman-
man, bro. Because
woman
I was
DJs.
talking about, Arizona and Scottsdale, they want to be LA. So I'm gonna open a club out there, open a little lounge spot, only women DJ. Only women DJ. Because when I go to the club, bro, that's who I tend to. The women. I'm sorry, but I play Dreams and Nightmares in here, a little Nucky If You Bug. I play one Little Dirk song. But other than that,
One Little Dirk. What's your Little Dirk song?
weirdo hoes.
Yeah.
You feel me? And the females like that too. They love that shit. Bitches. You feel me? Other than that, bro, my list is curated to the ladies.
Okay.
Because
That's it.
that's who gonna provide. I ain't trying to see no dude shake no ass.
Nah.
Who's going to play better for women than a woman?
Right.
Yeah.
Who's more appealing? And when you look at an eye, a woman. I don't want to see no nigga up there. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not trying to take the work from us.
Right,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
you're right.
I think it sounds like you're digging a hole for us here.
Listen, I'm just trying to say.
Peanut is jumping
We wanted to
in.
renegotiate
My
your
bad.
contract.
We'll throw y'all in there.
Listen, any women DJs, come holler at me.
Okay, all right.
Anyways, man, thank you again for coming on the show and blessing us. We appreciate you.